because there's a few points that have come up I wanted to come back on. Yeah, this question about, you know, the Palestinians leaving or not leaving, it's something that's, it has been the whole mission of everything Israel has thrown at the Palestinians has been about making them either give up their rights as equal citizens of the world, equal members of humanity, and submit to being second-class citizens who can be treated as Israel wishes, or to just leave, go elsewhere. That's the aim of everything that's been thrown at them. And they've made it very clear that they will do neither. And at the meeting that Comrade Tahar referred to earlier, where Galloway spoke, organised by PSC on the anniversary of the end of the Gaza massacre, Anas al-Tikriti of the British Muslim Initiative made a very good point about Gaza. He said, it's the only war zone, it's the only disaster zone in the world where people aren't clamouring to get out, they're clamouring to get in. He said, the borders have been open a total of something like 36 times, sometimes for a couple of hours, sometimes for a couple of days in the last year, the border at Rafah. And he said, in the course of those hours, those days when it was open, some 600,000 people left, got out to, you know, go to jobs and universities and, you know, live elsewhere. 700,000 came in, knowing that they didn't know when they could get out again, knowing how bad the situation in there is. They came back in. People from the international community, the real international community, as we call ourselves on the convoy, are trying to get in all the time. They're queuing up, clamouring, trying to find ways to get in, to show their solidarity, to support the Palestinians, to make connections with them. And the reason for that is they are the real heroes. The Palestinian resistance that's been going on for so long has inspired the world with its dignity, with its courage, with its resilience, with its civilization, with its my words have gone. With its steadfastness, with its honour, with its reasonableness, but with its undaunted courage. Despite all of the things that have been thrown at those people, they stand there still and say, we are going nowhere, we are Palestinians, this is Palestine. We have the right to be here, we have the right to live a free, equal, decent life here. And as Godfrey said, our movement of solidarity is the result of that resistance. The swing in the public opinion that's happened, despite all of Israel's Western media backing, Western financial backing, despite all of the sympathy that was towards, you know, the Jews after the Holocaust, etc., etc., etc. The swing in public opinion is the result of, you know, that resistance, that steadfastness. I just want to come back on what Ella said when she asked, is it time for us to back the two-state solution?
Not the other way around.
Is it time for us to stop backing the two-state solution? Sorry. I mean, ultimately, it's for the Palestinians to decide what they'll accept. And if Palestinians, if an organisation that represents, you know, the united Palestinians were to come forward tomorrow and say, we are still prepared to work towards a two-state solution if you are, then that has to be their right to do that. All I would say is it's looking increasingly unlikely that that could happen, because the Palestinians made every possible concession at Oslo. How many years ago was that?
20.
More than 15, less than 20. 93? So they made every possible concession at Oslo. They gave up the right to 78% of their country. They said, as long as you allow us the remaining 22% to be our state, our real state, where we control the borders, we control our economy, we are a true, sovereign, independent people, we will let you keep everything else you've stolen from us. You can't ask more than that of the people. They agreed to that, they signed up to that, and then they worked to implement their side of that agreement. And ever since then, all that Israel has done is use the peace process to undermine, to create what they call facts on the ground, to undermine the ability of Oslo to be implemented by stealing more land, building more settlements, clearing out more Palestinians from those areas, so they can say, actually, no, this bit's ours, and this bit's ours, and this bit's ours, because look, it's all Jewish people here. And in fact, by doing that, Israel itself has thrown away the two-state solution. They think they're working towards a greater Israel. They're not. They're working towards the end of Israel. If there's only one state in that place, it won't be Israel. It is not possible for there to be a one-state solution that's Israel, and that's what the Israelis have not yet twigged. They're pushing for a one-state solution, which is Israel. And they haven't twigged that the one-state solution, the Palestinians will still be there. Then what have you got? You've got the apartheid struggle. Once you've got equality between Palestinians and Jews, you can't have Israel. Because Israel, the basis of Israel is, you know, a racist, supremacist, democracy for Jews only, you know, state. It doesn't work if there are Arabs living there. It doesn't work if there are Palestinians living there. So it seems to me increasingly unlikely. But you know, the biggest problem right now, I've thought, is that because there is not an organisation that represents the united factions of the Palestinian struggle, there isn't anyone who can say what the Palestinians are currently prepared to accept. You know, Hamas, PFLP, I believe, you know, many organisations are trying to work towards, wanting to work towards a national unity. But the organisation that previously represented the Palestinian national movement, the PLO, since Arafat died, you know, it's horrible to see how the tiny faction of Fatah that has got the reins of power of Fatah, of the Palestinian Authority, and of the PLO, is a small comprador section who's been seen to be totally bought off. And that's creating big problems for the Palestinians, and the people in Gaza said what problems it's causing for them. You know, that they don't have a unified leadership, and they don't have, you know, a single voice through which they can speak. But you know, Palestinians have been struggling a long time, and I don't believe that situation is going to last too much longer because they won't allow it to.